Championship.
All right, and we are live. Welcome to the Federated Arena League Championship here between the Georgia-Lina Lions and the hometown Palmetto Colts here in Anderson, South Carolina at the T. Ed Garrison Livestock Arena. Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Luke Ruff, joined by my partner in crime, Bob Fitzpatrick. And Bob, it's been, I think, 3-4 weeks since we were here for the game against the Atlanta Furious, and since then it has kind of been a little bit of a skid for the Colts. They lost a heartbreaker against the Peach State Cats about 3 weeks ago, and then kind of had an exhibition match, if you will, against the Charlotte Thunder, which, I mean, we've called games against the Thunder enough to know how those usually go. So you've been around this a lot longer than I have. How do teams put losses like that behind them, especially going into games with stakes like these, and just focus on, you know, what the 50 yards in front of them right now?
I think what they do, their main thing is, all they're thinking is championship. You know, that's behind us. It was a close one. Should have won it, but we didn't. But we'll win this one.
Yeah, we have seen the trophy hanging out around here. I believe it is on the other side of the stadium. If they move it back, we'll try and get a picture of it for you, but it looks really nice. They had it down here on the Georgia-Lina concession table for the players a moment ago, and it's big, it is silver, it is worth fighting for, let's put it like that. And it looks like we got the captains out there for the coin toss. Yeah, I don't see Bingham out there. I see number 9, Van Conyers, listed as a captain. Mark Littlejohn, starting quarterback.
Yeah, Bingham's out there.
Yep, and believe that. Yep, that's Floyd Barkus, and number 48. I think that's DeQuan Kendricks, the center for the Colts.
For the Carolina Lions, got number 78, Sincere Whitby. Number 12, Josh Vaughn. Number 78. Oh, already got him. Okay.
Yeah, these numbers are really tough to read. I think you can kind of see it on the stream, but in person, especially with the jerseys getting a little bit wrinkled, it's tough to see. No outline, nothing.
I believe that's... Well, we got 2 of them for sure.
Yeah, I see number 1, Richard Foreman. I see 54, Scott Bootwell, linebacker. Number 12, Josh Vaughn. 78, you got Sincere Whitby. Cannot make out the second to the left. Jersey's a little too wrinkled right now, and I believe that's 99, Aaron Carswell.
Carswell.
Back of that jersey does not say Carswell, though, so we'll have to look into that a little bit more. Yeah, Lions going to be in purple tonight, Colts in white. And no AC here in T. Ed Garrison, it's Rodeo Arena. We do have some big fans overhead, but, you know, July, no AC. I do think the Colts made the right call in choosing their away uniforms, just absorb maybe a little bit more heat for this one. I believe the Miami Dolphins do that early on in their season. They'll always go with the white jerseys.
Yeah, white is cooler to wear than black or any dark color. Okay.
All right, and
looks like Georgia-Lina, I believe, is going to kick off. We'll know for sure in a second.
Yeah, I was messing with the microphone settings. I looked down for 1 second and missed the coin toss, but I tell you what, I think at least in every game I've watched, the Colts have received every single time.
Well,
I don't know if that's them winning and deferring or the other team electing to defer or, you know, a little bit of both, but I do not think they have kicked to start a game all day or all year. Yeah, I'm told we have a little bit of an echo. Being told we have a little bit of an echo on the microphone. We're going to try and sort that out here. All right, not quite sure what that did. But
well, we do have 17 out there, the kicker, so
yeah,
Daniel Sharif. And they've also got the ball down there, so I'm assuming they're kicking off.
Yeah, and this is a nice change of pace. I mean, you know me, I've been doing this for 6 years. I will maintain that kicking off to start the game is always the best way to go. So it's honestly, given how many times they've received to start the game, it's really interesting to see him kick off. Now, the real question, though, if the Lions did not bring a tee, are the Colts going to let them use theirs? Because they did not against
I
Atlanta.
doubt it. They didn't last game we did.
Oh, yeah, that was cold-blooded. All right, Brandon Sheriff's going to kick off. The Colts, they do have a little bit of field goal post down there. It's a bit haphazard, but it gets the job done. So, technically speaking, Unos are possible now. It wasn't for the first few games of the season. They didn't have that post up. We'll see what Sheriff's can do. I know he's definitely had a few kicks that could have gone through the uprights had they been there. So we'll see how this turns out.
He usually gets good height on his kicks when he has to.
Two return men back for the Lions. I see Richard Foreman, and I believe that's Savon Stokes. Foreman up on the line, only two at midfield, a little bit open over there. And there's the whistle. I think we're good to go.
Are you ready?
So I know I'm
We
ready.
got some football. We've been ready. Born ready.
All right, and Sheriff's kind of taking his time, and here we go.
A low kick taken at the 15 by number 12. Takes it up to about the 19 the other way. Josh Vaughn, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit out of character there for Sheriffs, too. Right after you mentioned that he'd been getting some nice height on the kicks, kind of squibbed that one out.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if that was intentional. I know when they played the Lions earlier this year, we did not stream that. Pulse Sports did, but I was here in the building watching the game. The Colts did lose that one 60-52. It was a total shootout. But for all the things, I don't really remember there being much of a threat with Georgia-Lina's kick game, so that may have just been a misfire on Sheriff's end. Yeah, still trying to sort out that microphone echo. Not quite sure what's causing it. Trying to get to the bottom of it here soon. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Know all about those after that Peach State game.
Okay, we have Josh Vaughn. No, excuse me.
Yeah, those Georgia-Lina fans making some noise.
Number 45, who is Nakeem Baker.
Yeah, I believe that's on my. I'm not sure if it's Nakia or Nakia Booker, but I have not seen Daniel Carr out here in warm-ups at all. So I'm not quite sure who the quarterback is going to be, if that was a Wildcat, or if they're going to stick with Booker for the remainder of the game. But that play right there was what the Colts struggled with just about the entire four quarters the last time they played the Lions. Just the quarterback sweeps to the left and to the right. They struggled to set the edge and get them in the
Okay,
back.
there's a snap.
Oh, ball's loose!
Fumble recovered by.
They are going to call him down. I can't see the number because of the dreads, but that was an excellent heads-up play. I believe that is Michael Jamison. I could not tell you what they were trying to do. It looked to me like a throwback pass. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, a throwback pass or a lateral back, but
Yeah, it was definitely backwards, but I mean, if they were going to try and have the receiver throw that downfield, I mean, he did not get much distance from the line or from the defense, from the offensive box. He was right there, almost a pitch.
oh, the first turnover of the game goes to your Colts.
Yep, and this is what we've seen the Colts do for the past couple of weeks. They have gotten turnovers on the first possession, and then they can get points off those turnovers, but the problem is maintaining those points throughout the first half. They do their best when they can set the pace early and make the other team play their game and not have to go out there and go blow for blow with somebody or play from behind. They need to get out in front early, establish the run game. And
Little John takes the snap, gives off to Bobby Kennebrew, and Bobby's up to about the 20, I believe.
Yeah, we'll call this about 2nd and 7. Interesting that you've seen both teams kind of setting up that ground game early. I figured they might try and throw it on that first play because usually they have taken a shot for the end zone with Little John on the first play of every game. But I like the Colts starting to conserve it a little bit because, you know Mark, he's definitely more of a rhythm passer. It takes him a little bit to get going. So get him those runs, free yards, easy completion, stuff like that, kind of get him broke in. And this is interesting. They just snapped this out of the pistol? No.
Man goes the motion. Little John rolls.
He's got the first down.
He's got a first down. He's down to about the 6-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, that was not the best slide I've ever seen, but he looks a little better. He looks all right. I guess that shoulder's still not hurting him. He mentioned to us that he had some complications with the shoulder about a month ago when we were streaming that Furious game. And then he goes out there and runs for 3 touchdowns, throws a bunch more. So safe to say I think that shoulder's fine. First down and goal here for the Colts. 2 plays, both on the ground. I think they were going to throw that one. Little John just kind of ran out of time.
Little John back.
Yeah, it looks like they were going to throw here with
we're deep.
Up to the line like that.
And he's going to throw, and
Whoa.
his receiver fell down. That was Oglesby, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was looking for a flag, but they're going to let that one go. So second down and goal, trying to set up a little out route over to Oglesby. The last time we saw him over at Peach State, not counting the Thunder game, we didn't stream that one, but last time we saw Pat Oglesby, he had torched the Peach State Cats defense in a non-conference game for 5 touchdowns and Lord knows how many yards. He was going off in that one, Colts. Unable to pull it out at the end, but I would imagine they're going to try and get him going early, especially with that 6'4" frame down here in the red zone, which they have got some really big end zones by arena standards. 8 yards deep with square corners.
Kinnebrew back, takes a snap. He gets back to maybe gained a yard on that.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Tough sledding. 2 carries, about 4 yards total, we'll call it. 2 yards carry, by arena standards is really not too bad. But given that the Colts do like to establish that ground game, usually earlier in games, you don't often see them late. You don't often see it later. It's a little bit backwards, if you will. But here, I don't think they gave him a yard on that one. They've got it spotted at the 6.
Yeah, I think it was closer to the 7 on. So it's third down anyway.
Yep, third and goal. Let's see what they got dialed up here.
Look for a sweep right.
Mm-hmm. Rolling, he's in trouble. Just heaves this one up, and that one is intercepted. Wait, no,
touchdown. Signaling a TD.
We've got one ref signaling touchdown and one signaling interception. I've got no idea what just happened, but I tell you, that is the exact same mistake Little John made in the 4th quarter the last time they played the Lions. Same end zone, same corner of the end zone, everything. That's one of those situations. It's not ideal to take a sack, but it's better than throwing it up and running the risk of a turnover like that. And,
or throw it out the front door.
Yeah, that's something we've seen Mark struggle with in all the games we've seen. When he has had too little time to throw, obviously, he struggles. But also when he has, I think, not necessarily too much time to throw, but more time than he expects. He starts to get a little flustered, moves around in the pocket a little bit, and just tries to start making stuff happen where it's not there. And, he's got an incredible ability to make off-schedule plays, but that was just not a ball that should have been thrown, and wipes a turnover off the board for the Colts.
Yes, ball's placed at the 1, so I'm assuming it was an interception, and the Lions have the balls.
And they've still got Booker at quarterback, so I guess that wouldn't have blocked that thing.
Maybe a half a yard gain down there.
Yeah, half a yard. I believe that's Jacqueline Lane with the carry. Bring up, second down and 9. So we got a little no huddle here. I saw the Lions doing this a little bit in that game against the Colts first time around. They stayed with little
hand off. They kind of shut it down. He might have made it to the 4.
They're doing a good job of setting the edge so far. They've really struggled with that this year. Well, they do have some new players on the defensive side of the ball, still led by Jared Watkins in that jack linebacker position, but got a few new players around him, seem to be helping out so far. Third down and about 7, though the first down marker seems to have fallen over.
Number 10 checks in. So Savon Stokes.
So I guess this right here is the play where we find out if Booker is actually going to have
Right.
him throw.
Looks like he's ready for the snap, though. There it is. He's got it. He's going to pass.
Oh, he's looking
Those
deep.
are
Yeah, whoa.
batted down there by number 5.
Yeah, that was Conyers. Had it in his hand for a little bit. Just kind of ran into the wall. I don't quite blame him. I mean, that floated right to him. You always thought he was the intended receiver.
Going to bring up 4th down.
So, I mean, Booker's clearly got an arm. I'm not quite sure where Daniel Carr is, the quarterback for the Lions. Got to put up 60 points in their last game against the Colts. I've got no clue where he is.
Big stop now. They'll be right back where they were before the interception.
Sort of a cover one man look here.
He's rolling left.
I think he's got it. Oh man, he's dragging dudes. He wanted that one more than that. Wait, ball's loose. And I think the Lions got it back. And yeah, that is going to be a first down.
It is a first down. Hard to stop. That's a big boy. I don't have his size, but he's a big man.
First down and 10 coming up here for the Lions. So my assumption here would be that Booker is the kind of backup slash emergency.
Booker's back to
Oh, they got a
pass.
man wide open. Intercept.
Picked off.
Van Conyers there with the pick right after he dropped one a second ago.
Yeah.
And man, that is just excellent defensive back play. I don't necessarily know if that was a cover one look and they had him lurking back in the safety spot, but I mean, that ball just floated up in the air way too long.
Yeah.
When you're going to try and fit it between a corner up in the line of scrimmage and a safety like that, I mean, you've got to bullet that thing in there. You can't waste any time. That one floated, and it gave Conyers just enough time to cross the field, pick that thing off. Excellent heads-up play. Good catch, too, and a nice return. First down and goal. We'll see if the Colts can get something going here, but...
Did you get his number on that?
Yeah, it was 9.
9, okay.
Yeah, Conyers.
I looked at, I thought it was 2, and I said, no, it couldn't be.
Yeah, Little John's not out at DB. He's played DB before, but he's not doing it right now. All right, trips to the right. They got Kennebrew lined up on the left side. I'd look for your sweep now. They like running it to the opposite
they
side
could
with
be.
Kennebrew blocking. And nope, they're
He
going to
fakes
throw.
the pass.
Ooh.
He's caught. They didn't buy the fake.
Yeah, they were trying to get it to Kennebrew on a little swing there, but I mean, just great awareness by the Lions. They were all over that one. Good job by the linebacking core. I mean, that is your primary assignment as a linebacker in arena football. Before you do anything, you have got to check, okay, is the tight end staying at the line of scrimmage or is he going out for a pass? And is the fullback staying at the line or is he going out for a pass? And if those guys go out for a pass, you have got to stay on them. You cannot let them go free. That is just free yardage for the offense. Great defensive play there by Georgia-Lina.
Second down. I might watch for Kennebrew on this.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got him up at the line.
No,
Looks like
he's
they're going to throw.
well. No, he's in the backfield.
Yeah, and gosh, 3.5 minutes to go here in the first. They were really letting that clock roll.
Yes.
Little John under pressure. No.
And little shove put him over the wall.
Yeah, but again, he looked to me like he kind of jumped over it there at the end, just kind of off kilter there by Little John. That was the same route they tried to get him going with on that first possession when he fell over. Just a little, 5 yards, make an out cut toward the wall and have Little John kind of fit it in there. I mean, that was awful close, but to my knowledge, I don't think Little John has completed a pass so far.
Little John breaks out. 2:44 left in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. And looks like Van Conyers is going to go both ways. They do have him listed as an athlete, but I can't imagine doing 4 quarters of arena football at wide receiver and defensive back.
In 88-degree weather.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Little John takes a snap. He's got a little bit of time this time. He throws. He has his man. Touchdown.
Pat Oglesby, he's got it.
Oglesby was wide open on that.
Yep, exact same route, too. I mean, he might have come across from the other side of the formation, but ended up in the same spot, that top left corner of the end zone over there. I think they might have seen something in the defensive scheme of the Lions they liked. Figured they wanted to attack that area, and they've certainly got it going now. Excellent touchdown play there by the Colts. And here we go. We were talking about this on the way here, whether or not they go for 2 or try the extra points.
They are going to kick.
Yep.
Or they're set up to kick, put it that way.
Yeah, Coach Holt doesn't strike me as the type of guy to fake it on an extra point. Whoa, high snap. They're just going to have to make something happen. No.
Didn't make it.
And that might be the last time we see him try an extra point.
Yeah.
So, score is going to remain 6-0 after the turnover turns into a touchdown for the Colts. We'll see what the Lions have up their sleeve and how that quarterback situation continues to develop. Again, it appears to me that their starting quarterback, Daniel Carr, who gave the Colts all sorts of trouble, both on the ground and through the air, unable to go. I don't even see him on the sideline. So they have moved to number 45, Micaiah Booker. And we are not quite sure if he's a natural quarterback or if he's, coming in from another position. The number would lead you to believe, he might be a fullback or a linebacker, something like that. We don't know, but we know he's attempted 2 passes. One has gone incomplete, one was intercepted. And they have both been shots down the sideline for what that's worth.
Got Foreman and Stokes waiting to take the kick. Daniel Sheriff.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get a little bit more of this one this time around. Kind of struggled on that first kick. They got really quiet in here.
Yes.
Minute 8 to go in the first.
He got some height on
there. No, just short.
Just under the crossbar.
Man, that was close. That'll be something to keep an eye on as the night progresses. First down and 10. Ball's going to be spotted, I believe, at the 10. That's usually where they've spotted it. But again, every league and every officiating crew does it a little bit differently. Sometimes it's the 5, sometimes it's the 10 if it goes out the back of the end zone like that.
Looks like the 5 this time.
Yeah. So they're going to give them some credit. Clock is actually rolling, which, it always does. But we've got, I don't think they're going to get this snap off by the time the first quarter's over. We've only got 28 seconds. Yeah, they're not going to get it off.
Well, it doesn't look like it there.
Yeah,
Well, the coach is in the huddle, so he's not off to the bag.
Yeah, but I can't believe they're not. You would think the Lions would be putting up a little bit of a fuss about that. They've let about 40 seconds run off the clock. That could be huge moving down the line, especially with the way the clock is rolling. In this game, they've shown they're going to roll it. They're going to roll it hard.
They break out of the huddle, but I guess just a walk to the other end.
Wow. Interesting turn of events.
Still have Booker in at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And they're whoa. Might be the fastest first quarter we've ever gone through. Colts on top, 6-0. And I wonder if the play call is going to change any for the Lions. I wouldn't imagine it would. And now they got spotted on the 10.
Yeah, they gained 5 yards
by
letting the clock run out.
Hey, for as much time as they let run off the clock, I think they deserve 5 yards at least, at the very least, because they lost a lot of time. And one thing I just realized, to complicate the quarterback saga for the Lions even further, the back of 45's jersey says Knight.
Yeah, I noticed that during the warm-ups.
So that might not even be Micaiah Booker. We'll try and figure that out for you. I don't know who we'll talk to, but we'll try and get on top of it. They're going to throw.
Tackle and brought down at about the 16.
Yeah, nice little completion there over to Vaughn.
Yes.
6 yards. Definitely a lot better than his first 2 passes, I'd say. I like that they're trying to get him into a rhythm here.
Conyers on the tackle.
Yep, and so this is actually going to be closer to 2nd and 2.
They're going no huddle again.
Yep. Might be the only way to compensate for a clock that's running like this.
Whoa.
Oh, and he's
Whoa,
on.
they got him. Eric Maddox on the tackle.
Yep, Jamar Brown in there too. That's a big sack. I know it's only about 6 yards total, but I mean, it looked like they had something good going on that first play, and then the sack, I don't know if he just, like if the offensive line broke down or if they were trying for a deeper pass, but I mean, I know it's only one play, so it's easy to say that they might have had something going with the short passing game, but I feel like that's something you're going to have to look at.
3rd and 8.
Here.
Booker takes him. He's rolling.
Whoa.
He's running.
Yeah, a lot of room.
Believe he's got the first down.
And when we've seen him run, he has run with purpose. He is a big guy, not going to go down easy. And I mean, you can tell he wants this. The way he's been running, dragging guys behind him, he wants that trophy. Ball's out across midfield at the 23. Got some substitutions for the Colts. Looks like Tremaine Germany, number 42, in at nose tackle, and that is a really interesting story because Bob and I just couldn't believe it when we saw his name on the roster. The last time we saw him was in 2020 when we were down in Augusta. He was playing for the Georgia-Lina Lions as a fullback, and he absolutely ripped the Predators defense to
tried the
shreds.
short pass, almost picked off.
Yeah, that's a new one. They were trying to set up a little fullback screen, and I think that hit the back of number 8's head, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be. It wasn't ready.
Yeah, it was Zori Wynn. We'll call it a pass defended, I guess. 2nd down and 10. Couldn't get the screen going. I like the play call, but that defensive line, the linebackers, all that front 5 for both sides, they have been all over the little tricks, the tight end screens, though we haven't seen any kind of fullback stuff. Only things they've struggled with so far have been the quarterback runs for both teams.
Booker on the snap, gets it, hands off to number 28. He stopped the line of scrimmage.
Excellent play there by Jared Watkins. Almost immediate with the play diagnosis. Gets to the line of scrimmage.
Devontae Lewis Sr.
Yeah, with the Lewis Sr. with the carry, Watkins with the tackle. That was an awesome play. He has got great awareness, a really high football IQ. Watkins does. He snuffed out a fullback wheel in that Peach State game a couple of weeks ago. I mean, didn't even flinch. He has got a really, really good head on his shoulders.
Booker bars the signals.
And he's tackled. I believe that was 19. Going to be Eli McKinney. We saw him make a few really good plays on special teams against the Atlanta Furious.
4th down.
And tackle is made, but they got one more shot at this. And for what it's worth, I mean, this Lions team really has excelled in short yardage situations so far, especially when they've been able to put Booker on the outside, just kind of let him do his thing. And we got timeout. 11 minutes and 1 second to go here in the second.
All right, is it just me or what I'm seeing? Have the Lions yet to put a man in motion?
Man, I didn't even notice that, but I think you're right. That's an interesting strategy. I mean,
yeah.
Lord knows we've seen teams that kind of do it. They kind of look like they're doing it out of obligation, like they'll have their motion man just kind of jogging at the line nonchalantly. Like usually when you see it like the NAL and the IFL and stuff, they are going like full speed up to that line. They're not taking any prisoners, and the Colts do kind of jog a little bit. The Preds did it a lot. Even the Dragons a little bit. They would just kind of have guys jog toward the line of scrimmage. So I mean, I can understand the thought process. Like if you're not going to use it for what it's worth, then maybe just don't use it at all. You can certainly get the ball snapped a lot faster, but that is really interesting now that you mentioned it. I didn't even notice.
Well, the first 2 times I noticed they were both run plays.
Yeah, and we have seen teams do that. They'll kind of telegraph a run by mistake by not putting anybody in motion or going under center, stuff like that. We shall see.
They're going trips left.
Oh, yeah, watch for a run to the weak side. I think this is going to be a sweep to the right.
Well,
There he goes. A little bit of a quarterback draw, and he's got it.
They got the first down, but it was a fine tackle by number 24 down there. Quan Bristol.
Oh, yeah. There he is, an old upstate Dragon. Caught the first touchdown in Dragons history. Got hurt in year 2, switched to linebacker after he recovered, and I mean, he was good on offense, but he's been doing really good on defense too from what I've seen of him, both in arena and in semi-pro. Good play there, but I mean, I think that was just better designed there by the Lions. I mean, we've seen enough film and enough different teams have played the Colts with that exact same formation and run to know, like, oh, they've lined up 3 guys on one side, they're going to run away from them. But just that little bit of hesitation there by Booker to try and fake the throw, I think that threw everybody, you and me included, off and gave him, I mean, just enough time to make it to the line. Really good play design. Though it looks like they're struggling with the spot. I thought he got it for sure. And yeah, there they go. They're moving the chains down now. Clock is still rolling here. We're under 10 minutes to go in the second. Man, it's rolling so fast, I didn't even change it to say quarter 2. Instead, we're still in the first. Yes, this is the second quarter. We've got 9.5 minutes and counting. And yeah, it still looks like they're not going to use any motion here.
Booker, trips again, but.
And trying to set up a little screen.
Ooh, that didn't work.
Watkins again.
Jared Watkins on that tackle.
2 plays over on that right-hand sideline. Yeah, might want to try going somewhere else with the quick stuff. Watkins appears to be all over it for now. Again, like I said, just excellent football IQ. He can really stay on top of these plays now. Okay, this is interesting. Exact same formation all around. You don't think they're going to go for it again, do you?
There's nobody in motion.
A low snap.
Yeah, got a low snap. He recovered, but he's
still going. Wow.
Hard to bring that man down.
It looked like it took every player on that Colts defense to bring him down on that play. Man, that was impressive, if nothing more for the effort alone. He did lose yardage on that one. It's going to be 3rd down and 12.
Lions got to be saying nothing has worked.
Yeah, I know.
Except broken plays.
Yeah, I mean, those really have been their best plays when things are broken down and Knight has kind of had to scramble, run for his life. They've gotten receivers in one place, had the DBs follow him, and that kind of clears out running lanes for the quarterback. But I think they kind of know now that, like,
another bad snap.
To throw.
And fumble is recovered by the Colts.
Look at Zori Wynn. Yes, it
is.
6'8", 265, a 5-year arena football veteran with the fumble recovery. Second turnover by the Lions. And
3rd.
Not even. Oh, yeah, because the turnover on downs. Yeah.
No, they had a pick, too.
Right. Man, Bob's over here keeping me in check. Man, 2 fumbles and an interception. No points on the board after they scored 60 the last time they played this team. That is just something else. And gosh, has it really been this long since we've seen the Colts on offense? It feels like it's been ages.
Yeah.
7 minutes and counting here to go in the second. Going to be 1st down and 10 from the Colts 23. Really about the exact same spot the Lions started the drive. Or they at least got to the Colts 23 at one point, I believe. And Little John saying a little something to number 19. They've got Eli McKinney in at receiver now. So
also moving 7 to the other side.
Yep. If I had to guess, they're going to loop McKinney around to the other side, but they might just stick with trips here. Couldn't tell you which way he's going.
In motion.
Yeah. Oh, that's a slick play.
Sweet play. Didn't gain a lot, but that was different.
Yeah, there you go. almost an I formation there. Got Kennebrew with the lead block, handed off to somebody that can trail behind the fullback. Really good job.
It was the guy that was in motion, number 19.
Yep, Eli McKinney. Really good recognition there by the Lions, but you got to admire the creativity there by the Colts. Second down and 9.
Second and 9.
Clock is still rolling. We've got less than 6 minutes to go in the second quarter now. Zori, nope, check that. That is not Zori Wynn. I believe that's Carson Young declaring as a tight end. Oglesby in motion.
Little John. There goes his man. Okay. I believe that's going to be a first down.
I think that's Brandon Rogers, the backup quarterback, getting some reps in. And that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yep. Change the moving.
Yeah, we'll see if they finally got Little John into a rhythm. When he is firing on all cylinders, he can wheel and deal with the best of them. It's just a matter of getting him comfortable, getting him to figure out, how much time he's going to have to throw, what he can expect from a defense, and especially a defensive line. He is really conscious about that stuff, kind of runs when he shouldn't have to sometimes. But if he can get dialed in, you've seen it before. He is lights out.
Little John rolls. He's going to run it. He's going to slide. He's got that slide done.
Yeah, a little bit of a business decision there. Going to be second down and 7, and the prowess of quarterbacks on the ground continues. Second down and 8. And speaking of quarterbacks, I believe I saw Josh Vaughn for the Lions taking some snaps. So that could definitely be an interesting turn of events.
Have you seen him down here?
Yeah, they might actually have Vaughn on defense. No, Vaughn's over there. He's off screen right now. Yeah, you should be able to see him coming through. But I'm not quite sure if they had him taking snaps to go in at quarterback or if they were just trying out a new center after the bad snaps.
Well, that could be. Little John back, rolls, avoids the tackle, rolls again. He's running. He's got the first down. And he's down inside the rush.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Yeah, apologize for the noise, everybody. We got a young fan up here. Stays any longer, we're going to call the police for loitering, I guess. Yeah, we've got a small guy up here. I'm not quite sure who he's with, not quite sure where his parents are, but I guess he's here until he decides to leave. First down and goal here for the Colts.
Okay. Little John sitting at the 5, barks out the signals again. Sends his man in motion. Sends
Kennebrew. The Colts think so.
He cut back inside. Don't see anything but from the
they're
stripe.
going to call this second down. He tried to stretch across there at the last minute. He needed 1 yard. I think he got about 2/3 of a yard.
You need to go away, hon, because I'm talking to you.
Yeah, kid, you got to go find your parents. They need you. Sorry about that, folks.
They did gain a little. They're
Yeah,
inches away from the
I
goal
don't
line.
think you could put that ball much closer to the goal line. Yeah, and I mean, this is really where the Colts have a lot of options. We've seen Brandon Bingham catch a couple of two-point conversions. Bobby Kennebrew has had a lot of touchdowns on the ground. Little John with some quarterback sweeps, and Pat Oglesby with a lot of red zone catches.
Little John sweeps.
Oh, they were all over that.
Tackle for a lot. They saw that coming.
Man, they might have called that a personal foul in college. He got planted. They were not having it on that one. Great defensive play there by the Lions. Going to be third down and goal with just 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They are really running that clock. They're probably going to be at a minute 30 by the time it snapped. And remember, the Colts get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah. You know, you think about it. When's the last time you saw 6-0 with a minute left in
arena? Yeah. I actually think I can tell you the last time. It was in this building when the Predators played the Cowboys in 2019. That was a 14-6 final, I believe.
Spots his man. Yeah, I believe he's going to be short, but
Yeah. No! He's in!
Couldn't see around the pillar.
Floyd Barkus with the touchdown. Clock is rolling. We're going to hit the 1-minute warning before they try the point after try or a 2-point conversion, but that was a really interesting play. They had it set up great. Barkus was wide open in a little flat route sort of looking thing, and then he falls over, but I don't think anybody ever actually touched him down, and he extends the ball over the plane and gets in.
Apparently not, because I had a pillar in front of me, so I couldn't.
Yeah. One of the many quirks of T.Ed Garrison Arena.
Although it's a good place for a
Okay, yeah, that is really weird. They didn't stop the clock for the 1-minute warning. I don't know what that's about.
It's halftime, yeah.
Yeah, they've got 30 seconds on there. That should have stopped in a minute. That's not how that works, kids. They got to get on top of that. I mean, remember at the end of the first quarter, they've already lost enough time.
Yeah. Barkus in motion. Ooh, threw it low. Had to keep it low because it was kind of well covered, but so it remains 12-0 with 15 seconds. They did stop the clock for that.
Yeah, I mean, that was they had Converse in motion, just a low throw. Lowjohn kind of was on the move, didn't really have time to set his feet, but I just can't believe the clock right now. I mean, we ought to keep track. I mean, I think so far the Lions have lost about 1 minute and 30 seconds on just dead time, where the clock maybe should have stopped and didn't. At the end of the first quarter, they lost about 45 seconds, and with that clock rolling for the 2-point conversion, they lost another 45 seconds. I mean, that is huge.
I've seen a lot of teams lose because of the clock.
I know. And I mean, I understand them running it at this level because, you know, these are 9 to 5 guys that get together on the weekend to play football. They can practice a little bit leading up to the season, but these are not full-time athletes by any means, so I understand them running the clock a little bit so the conditioning doesn't kick in and they don't get like super crazy tired by the time the fourth quarter rolls around because they're playing 3- and 4-hour football games. But I mean, this is crazy that they didn't stop the clock for the Lions. I mean, that 90 seconds in arena football, that's huge. This is still a 2-possession game.
If I was the Lions, I'd be complaining. If I was the Colts, I wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah, I don't say anything. Maybe we'll see a 16-minute and 30-second third quarter when we come out. Unless they reset it, we've got 15 seconds on the clock. Sheriff's back to kick. Almost had Nuno last time out.
Yeah, he's got good length. Again, just under the crossbar, but
yeah, can't get much closer than that.
Foreman couldn't handle it.
Yeah, just need to take a little bit more height off of that one, and I think he'll have it because, I mean, like, horizontally, I think the accuracy was right on. Went between the uprights, which is a couple of yards short. First down and 10. And now, they've got the clock set to 15 minutes. Okay. That's interesting.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, now we're going down by minutes. I think they are going to set this back to 1 minute.
That would make sense.
No, now they've got 1 second. They're wheeling it back up. They're putting it back at 15 seconds.
Back at 15?
Wow. That is very interesting. I don't know what else to say. That's interesting.
Looks like we got a new quarterback.
Indeed we do.
28.
Looks like 28 to me. Going to be
Devontae Lewis Sr.
Oh, he's under pressure already.
Oh,
did he lose the ball? No, he kept it. Man, he got hit hard.
ball's dead, but they're...
Yeah, somebody took a timeout. I'm not sure who. 6 seconds on the clock.
Well, should be the Lions.
Yeah.
It's a shame they got to waste it.
Yeah, second down, and we'll call that 17. Man, they got a long way to go, especially with their passing game the way it is. I mean, you might just want to run this and hope the clock bleeds out.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do right now.
And again, well, say nobody's in motion, but they don't have a lot of room to send them in motion.
Yeah. I mean, you can move someone around the formation. They get a little bit ahead of steam like that.
Lewis
But
takes a bad snap. That's going to be
touchdown! Wow.
zero.
Yeah, I got zeros on the clock and 0 with the recovery, I think. Jamar Brown. So, man, how about that? I mean, all the Lions had to do was just run out the clock and get off the field, and instead a safety would have been one thing, but a touchdown on a fumbled snap with 6 seconds to go in the first half, man, that's something else.
Yeah. And 2 losses on 2 plays.
They have got to figure this out at halftime. I don't know what happened. This is not the same team that they played earlier in the year. I don't know where their star players are. I don't know where their center is, where their offensive line is. I don't know if these are the same players and they're just not playing at the level they can, or if they had to get new guys. I don't know what, but they have got to figure it out at halftime, because if they don't, they are seriously in danger of getting shut out at this rate.
Yes, and this is the ship. Shall we look for Bingham?
I don't know. This is that formation they like to run the sweep out of. I'm not sure. Oh, here it is.
Oh, man in motion.
He's got
He's
it.
in. Yes, sir. 20-0. No time on the clock.
I believe that's Cole Klugo on the carry. 2-point conversion try is successful, and heading into the half, it is 20-0 in favor of the Colts. I think a lot of people would have figured that score might be the other way around coming into this one, because, you got to remember, the Georgia-Lina Lions are coming off a season in which they beat the Peach State Cats for the UAL championship about this time last year. Man, what a shocker.
Very confusing, but very interesting.
They have got a lot to talk about at the half, and we'll see just how much time they give them. The Colts have usually given people about 20 minutes for halftime, but when we were at Peach State a couple of weeks ago, they gave them 8 minutes. We had an 8-minute halftime, because it was one of those facilities where I think you rent the field out by the hour, so we might have had to be out of there by like 9 or 10, and they weren't fooling around with that clock. So we'll be back when the situation demands it, I suppose. We'll see if the Lions can get everything figured out, and we'll see if the Colts can maintain their momentum into the second half, 20-0 in favor of the hometown Palmetto Colts here at the Federated Arena League Championship.
Tell you what, and the Lions, watching them walk out the field, their heads are down.
Yeah, that body language leaves a lot to be desired. They have got to get this figured out.
Now is when they need a hell of a halftime talk.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. And we'll be back in, I would say, about 20 minutes. All right, we are just popping back in to test out the microphone. Not missing anything right now, still halftime. Just testing out the microphone. Heard we had some echo earlier on in the game, maybe a little bit through the second quarter. Just trying to get that sorted out. That's the normal volume, and then that's just saying we got microphone hooked up. Yeah, if an app is using your microphone, you'll see this icon. So is the echo still there when I talked? Oh, it's gone now? Huh. All right then. Well, let me know if it comes back, I suppose. That is really weird. right, well, we are back and ready, or just about ready, for the start of quarter number 3. The Palmetto Colts up 20-0 against the Georgia-Lina Lions in a pretty surprising start right now. The Lions having quarterback issues, center issues, you name it, they've got issues with it just about. Just a really rough go of it in that first half. We'll see what kind of a talking to they got during the break and how exactly the Colts plan on building on what they built there in the first half. Now, one thing I want to mention that Bob and I were talking about during the halftime break was the body language of the players, especially when you compared what the Lions players looked like against what the Colts looked like. And I mean, in warm-up a second ago, I panned the camera over there. The Colts were happy. They were dancing. They were doing all sorts of stuff. And I mean, then the Lions were just kind of standing around, had their heads down, hands on hips. I mean, that's not the mentality you want going into the third quarter. They have got to find something to fight for right here and get this thing rolling. This right here is the first time they've kicked off all game.
Right. Looks like they got a tee, though.
Yep, and we're making progress. And there's our cameraman. Here we go. This is Quentin Howard going to send it deep.
Or maybe not deep.
Man, Connors really had to wait on that one. I'm surprised he got as far as he did.
Made something out of nothing.
Yeah. All right, so 20-0. Colts going to look to make it 26-0 here. We'll see what exactly they have up their sleeve. They've scored in a lot of different ways, it seems. They had that defensive touchdown, a little swing pass out to Floyd Barkus in the flat, fell in for a touchdown, and then just a really nice touchdown pass from Little John to his seemingly favorite receiver, Pat Oglesby, for the first score of the game. That was another thing Bob and I were talking about. For as many points as the Colts have scored, we don't think that Little John has thrown maybe 6 or 7 passes all game. This Colts offense really hasn't been out on the field that much. And we've got whistles. I think the sticks fell over.
It could be.
Yeah.
According to them, it was 4th down.
Yeah, chain gang struggling a little bit. I don't know. I mean, the Lions could use the break that would be provided by the Colts only getting 1 down per possession.
But when the stick fell, the clock kept going.
Yeah. Oh, nice
complete. Throw. Number 1, Pat Oglesby. And a first down.
Yeah, who else but the man himself? 6 touchdowns in the last 2 games for this guy. The last 2 games we've streamed for him, at least. We did not see that game against the Thunder. We weren't streaming that. The Thunder were. But he has just had, I mean, a great season. And he is, we talk about peaking at the right time, making sure you're playing your best ball at the end of the season. There you go.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns in 3 games. Looking to make it 7 on this possession. We'll see just how far he can get in the night and whether or not this Georgia-Lina defense can step up and finally find a way to stop him.
Little John. Back deep in the backfield. Sends his man in motion. Who is Oglesby?
And rush. I think Oglesby caught that.
Yes.
He did.
Oh, yes. Make that 7.
2 plays. Wow. Pat Oglesby, I think that was, 2 catches for 33 yards, something like that, in 1 drive?
Yeah.
Man, that was impressive. 26-0 in favor of the Colts right now. And that particular defensive play, that is something we saw the Colts struggle with when they played the Lions about a month and a half ago. Early jumps on jump balls. That defensive back, I didn't catch the number, but I mean, he just went up in the air too early, missed time to jump, and could not swat that ball down. I thought it was going to be intercepted for a little bit, but he goes up too early. Ball goes right over his head and into Oglesby's hands. He barely had to do anything. 12 minutes and counting here. The Colts are going to go for 2.
Going for 2. Clock is running.
Got to change the ticker. It's quarter 3. And
whoa, fakes.
Oh!
He's going for Oglesby. Hit him in the chest.
He might have been over the line of scrimmage anyway.
Yeah.
That was awful close, but
Thing is,
we have seen Oglesby struggle with that just a little bit. Dropped passes, especially on shorter stuff like that. Saw it a lot in the Peach State game, and even last year when they were playing the Southern Steam in their first franchise win. He just does have some focus drops like that. It's just one of those things.
and Little John could have walked it in.
Yeah. As much as he runs, the one time he doesn't run it,
Yeah.
he could have made it. All right, so here we go. The Colts kicking off again with Daniel Sheriff's a familiar sight at this point. We'll see if he can finally get that Uno. He's gotten awful close these past two tries. 11:39 on the clock.
This is Daniel's first year in arena ball. Went to Bethune-Cookman College.
How have they got him listed as a 1-year arena football? Yeah, that was with us. He was with the Predators in that first season, I believe. Two men back deep for the Lions. Got Richard Foreman and Savon Stokes. Man, are they going to leave the middle of the field that open? You can't quite see it on the camera, but I mean, the Georgia-Lina defense, that middle of the field is wide open. There is nobody there. Like, if Sheriff's just kind of kicks this to himself, I think he's got it. Well, they closed up the gap now.
Yeah, that would be it, an onside kick.
Oh, yeah, they were practically asking for it there, but they did close it up. And here's the kick.
Oh, he's got
close.
length this time.
Oh, just a little short. And this is returnable.
Yes.
Big hit
Two looks like the 16. Foreman on the return.
And, yep, ball spotted at the 16, so that one actually a little less prolific than the past few kick returns they've got. First down and 10, first possession of the third quarter. We'll see who the Lions put in at quarterback, because I swear I saw them warming up a third guy on the sideline during that drive for the Colts. And indeed, yeah, this is a new guy. Check that. That's Devontae Lewis. It's still him, number 28. Daniel Carr appears to be out of commission for the Lions. He is listed on the roster but not present today, and they have just been struggling.
He takes
to
a
put in
snap.
ever
He
since.
almost overthrew him, but they're going to have a big loss, maybe.
Ooh.
Number
my goodness.
43 on the tackle.
Brandon Wallace. I would not want to get tackled by him, much less wrapped up like that. He looked like a pretzel, lost his helmet. Richard Foreman tried to make something out of nothing. I thought he had some room, but man, he paid the price. Second down, and I'm not sure. It's going to be long. I do think he lost yardage. I'm just going to call this 2nd and 17. I'm not quite sure where the sticks are exactly.
Well, see, it's like they're at the 3, and they were at the, what,
They
16?
were at the 16, and now they're at the 8. So, yeah, about 2nd and 17.
Oh, okay.
I'll double-check the math here in a bit. And they're going to send Stokes in motion. Low snap taken by Williams, and he gets a couple.
Yeah. Tackle down at the, it's like the 16, 17.
We'll call it
Third
and
down.
14. And check that. That was Lewis Sr. again for carry, not Devontae Williams.
Unless he's hurt. If I was going to run the ball, I'd have Booker in there.
Yeah, Booker back in there. So here we go. I mean, Lewis, when he was warming up, he definitely looked to have a better arm. There's a man in motion. First we've seen of that in a while. Whoa. Got hit as he threw. That one never had a prayer. 4th down and 14.
4th down.
Man, he was just under some pressure. Right after I said that he was looking pretty good when he was warming up. I mean, that was just a duck. No hope. At least on that play. We'll see what they can get going here. They really need this first down. If nothing else, for the field position. I mean, if they turn this over, the Colts are going to get it at the 13-yard line. Let's see what they got dialed up. Biggest priority right now, or at least on this play, is at least
Man
at
in
first
motion
keeping
again.
this pocket clean.
He's got some time now. We had some time.
Man, that
Tackle at the goal line.
Man, that is a really bad play. That's tough sledding right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that often, but he rolled into pressure.
Zori win on the sack.
Sorry. Yeah, that was, man, Lewis Sr., I take it he doesn't get many reps at quarterback because, I mean, he rolled into pressure, had time to throw, tried to extend the play, and I mean, he ran right into a defensive end.
Yeah.
Right into him. And I mean, turning it over is one thing when you're going to turn it over the 13, but I mean, he lost about 8 yards. The Colts have it inside the 5 now. I mean, they've got some serious playmakers. Their whole playbook is open right here. 26-0, 7.5 minutes to go here in the third.
Little John in the backfield, barking out the signal, nobody in motion. That'd be a run, no?
And
Touchdown! Oglesby!
Yeah, there's number 3 for Pat Oglesby. Nifty little play just on the hitch. I mean, how long did that ball take to come out? Half a second, maybe?
Yeah.
Man, as soon as it hit his hands, he was out. And I mean, that's great play, great job by Oglesby at getting open, but that's on the secondary of the Lions. I mean, you've got to put more pressure on a receiver than that to just be able to let him turn around, catch a ball, and then walk into the end zone almost untouched. They have, like I said, we said it when they kicked off. I mean, they have just got to find something to fight for. 32-0. I mean, I know it's tough, but there is a championship trophy.
12 points in
a couple of seconds, yeah. I mean, there is a championship trophy sitting up there. I mean, I know it's bad, but they have got to rally to some extent, at least make this competitive. Under 6.5 to play. They're going to stick with that trips right formation. And the DBs do look to be pressing a little harder this time around.
Throws to his man, Bobby Kennebrew, 2 points.
Man, awesome play design right there. And I think it looked to me like Kennebrew might have gotten face masked a little bit, and he still drug the dude into the end zone. Heck, he shoved him down. He was not going over. That was impressive. Make it 34-0 in favor of the Colts.
6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, man, this is turning into something else real quick. They are really taking what the Thunder did to them a couple of weeks ago and turning it back around. And you can just see the frustration there by the Lions. Howard slamming his helmet against the wall. They have got to find something. And at this point, I mean, when you're struggling like this, we've called games where teams have been on the opposite side of this kind of circumstance before. Yeah, a lot more than we like to admit. But I mean, we always say, you know, try to go back to the fundamentals. Just quick passes, hitches, screens, something to get your quarterback into a little bit of a rhythm. Find the plays that your guys are comfortable running and just run them into the ground if you've got to. But that offensive line has been a real concern so far for the Lions. And it was not the first time these two teams met.
That's true. They should be ready. The Colts, big lead out there.
Biggest lead of the season for them, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And here's Sheriffs to kick. We'll see if he can get that long-awaited Uno this time. Yeah, he's definitely had the height, it's just the distance. I think if we can lower it a little bit more. And man, he got some heat on this one. Oh, so close. I think it was a little bit to the right.
You think he was going for it?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is going to be spotted at around the 5-yard line, so they got another touchback. That's not bad. 34-0. That Colts defense going to try and pull out another stop. They've got nothing but stops all game. They forced 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. And looks like they're putting Booker in at court. No, they've got Booker and Lewis Sr. out there. Going to be interesting to see who they put in.
Maybe it's putting Booker in the block.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a bad idea at all. I mean, he's done great on the ground. Put him in at fullback, leave Lewis Sr. in there to run, and just try and do some triple option stuff to close this thing out. because passing has left a lot to be desired no matter who's been throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And he does hand it off to Booker.
Yeah.
Whoa, breaks the tackle. He's got about 9 yards.
9 yards, yeah. It looks like he's going to be close to the first down, but not quite there.
So, I know it's only one play in, but I mean, could the Lions have finally found that spark they needed, the right personnel combination to get them going? They could certainly use it here. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Snap. Hand off to Booker
Oh, that's a
again.
face mask.
They had him on the face. They got him again on the face mask.
Man, he does not go down. That is a strong man.
I believe there was a flag on the play.
Yeah, they face masked him there when they went in for the first tackle. They got him, so that's going to be a first down for the Lions.
That's the first flag of the game.
Yeah, it's been a clean one so far.
Clock is stopped.
Yep, Eli McKinney checks in at defensive back. Well, they got 4 DBs out there right now. They're trying to figure out who needs to be on. Yeah, they got to sort that out. They got 9 men on the field. And they're going to send Van Conyers off.
I don't know. He's had a pretty good game, but just trying to let everybody play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just now moving the flag.
Yeah, it'll be a 15-yarder, I would think. And now Booker is out of the game. They've got a new running back in there. We'll get a number here in a moment.
There we go.
Oh, no!
I look for the ball.
Oh, man, the Brock Osweiler simulator. I think Steve Young had to play with that like that with the 49ers. We just threw it, the ball didn't come out of his hand. Man, I tell you, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that play right there sums up the entire game so far for the Lions.
Yeah.
It has just been one miscue after another. They've taken 1 step forward and then 2 steps back at times. They have, I don't know what the solution is, but they have got to find it.
All spotted the 11. They need to get to the 24 for a first down.
Yeah. Scratch 2nd and 18. That might be closer to 2nd and 20. Wow.
And we have 28 back at quarterback. A bad snap.
I think the Lions got that one back. Coach Mighty over there for the Colts saying they got it. And yeah, the Lions have the ball. But man, I mean, counting the ones they've recovered, I mean, how many times they put the ball on the turf now? Is that 6?
Yes.
Man.
They barely made it past the center. Colts safeties are saying, gee, I wish I could do something back here.
I know. They haven't gotten tested at all in a while. Man, 3rd and, gosh, I don't even know at this point. 3rd and, I'm going to call it 27, but don't hold me to that number.
Well, they're at the 7, got to get the 24, maybe 17. Whoa. Threw it high.
Yeah,
Number 23.
Cole Klugo there with the
just
defense.
stepped into him. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the closest they've come to completing a pass in a while. Just goes over the head. And I mean, like, what can you expect at this point out of a guy that's been hit as many times as he has had bad snaps, put the ball on the turf, no offensive line, and just hasn't gotten in a rhythm at all? I mean, I don't know what you do at this point.
4th down.
Yep.
They need to do it. They just need to get some yards. Not worry about the first down.
Yeah, arm punt or something. Just sling it as far as you can. Hope they pick it off.
He rolls right. Throws behind his man. Colts take over.
Well, he did what you're never supposed to do as a quarterback. You see him roll to the right and threw across his body.
Yeah.
Every single.
Up the middle, too.
Yeah, every NFL commentator in the world just kind of died a little bit inside when that happened. It's like, I mean, it's definitely an easy mistake to make when you're in the moment, but that's just something you've got to know. You cannot try that. It never works. It never. Don't try it. Don't. Any quarterbacks in training, listening at home, high school, middle school, you think about you're rolling out and you think, oh, I can make this throw across my body. Don't do it. Don't try it. It's a trap. Don't do it. That one, really lucky that didn't get picked off.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that probably helps the Colts that it didn't.
Well, the player was open. So.
Yeah. First down and goal again for Palmetto. Tell you what, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. We might not be seeing much more Mark Littlejohn. Brandon Rogers, I believe, is the backup quarterback, though they have Eli McKinney listed as a QB, even though he's been playing DB all night. I think that might just be a typo.
Sends his man in motion, gets a snap. Oh.
Man, I think about 4 different guys had a shot at that one.
Little John had to get rid of that quick, but he almost made it work.
I know. I thought Conyers had it at first. They had me fooled on the play fake. I thought for sure they gave it to him. Good play setup, just better defensive awareness there by the Lions. And, I mean, that's an interesting point, too. It seems like their defense has just been on again, off again. Like, they've made great plays, really good heads-up moments like that, and then they've gone out and just, like, let guys get wide open, just really simple mistakes. They jump too early on a jump ball touchdown. I mean, it's crazy that they can make those kinds of heads-up plays and also make just fundamental mistakes like we've seen them make throughout this game.
Little John sends man in motion, bad snap. Mark played it right, just fell on the ball.
Yeah. Bad snaps for both sides. A little fundamental mistake there for the Colts.
Yeah.
Little John, no stranger to recovering bad snaps. Since we've been covering in his arena career, I mean, he's had some good offensive lines, some good centers. The Colts have been really good this year, but, I mean, he has been behind some bad offensive lines.
Timeout, Colts.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to keep it from going to the fourth quarter there. Got 23 seconds on the clock here in the third. Still 34-0 Colts. Well, they were knocking on the door. After that bad snap, they pushed it back to the 13-yard line.
Time to go back to Pat.
Oh, you know it. And it looks to me like the Colts are warming up another quarterback. Or the Lions, excuse me. They've got Freddie Strother, number 18, throwing a couple of passes now.
Yeah, you can hardly blame him.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, snaps aside, I don't know why they took Booker out. I mean, throwing the ball, yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't think he had maybe one completion and then 4 overall attempts and a pick, something like that. It wasn't pretty, but the ground game was really good. I mean, it seems like every time they've gotten something going with him, they've either lost the ball or just taken him out of the game. Because, like, the one time on that last drive, they had him and Lewis Sr. out there at the same time. They run it up the middle with him. He gets 9 yards, and then you don't see him for the rest of the drive. I don't get it.
Pull him to the sideline. Little John sends his man in motion, waiting on the snap. He's got it. He gets rid of his pass. And it's caught.
Man, he was going to Oglesby the whole way.
Never looked, never even.
Oh, yeah. I think he knew that he had a route Oglesby wanted to run. If the defense gives it to you, go for it. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. The Lions in dire straits right now. The Colts looking to make it 40-0. Ball's going to go down to the 1-yard line. We'll switch sides and be back in a few moments. Championship on the line.
Try a trick play.
I think, yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, at the same time, you're 1 yard away. They've run quarterback sneaks this year. I really think they can punch it in. I think, like, I mean, I'd have to. I wish we had weights on the Lions roster. We don't, but I mean, I think pound for pound, the Colts, I think they do have more meat on their line. I think their guys just weigh more, might be a bit stronger. Lions probably a bit faster for what that's worth. But I would say, oh, it's not the one, it's at the 2, so yeah, we might see a trick play. I thought it was a little closer than it is. So they've got Kennebrew up in pass blocking mode.
Oglesby in motion.
Lost the
he
ball.
fumbled the ball.
Wait, still bouncing around, and that's going to be recovered. That'll be a touchback, no safety.
Yeah.
Little John trying to plead his case with the ref. He extended it across there at the last minute. He didn't get it. He did not get it. It was close. It might have touched the plane, but it did not break the plane. And I mean, it's not a very impactful turnover. They would have lost it anyway if he hadn't made it.
Yeah, I mean, they had nothing to lose down there.
Yeah. But what gets me is that, I mean, you saw they put Oglesby in motion. Little John was looking his way, and I mean, he had him right at the break. Oglesby was running a little hitch. If Little John, he would have had to angle it to the outside a little bit, but he had him open, and then he pump faked and tucked it to run. I'm really not sure why. I would say that was how the play was called, but, you know, we've been around Little John long enough to know that if he doesn't like a play, he'll just change it.
He'll change it. So I'll explain it to the coach when I get back. So the Lions at the 5, down 34-0 into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'll be at about 13-15 by the time they snap this one. And seeing the replay on that Little John fumble, his knee I think his knee was down before he fumbled the ball, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And now, they're going to be spotted.
If that was the case, it'd be closer to the goal line, or it should be.
Booker back in at quarterback.
Yes, and it's big.
They took him out.
Touchdown, Colts!
Man,
Casey.
we've seen him make some crazy plays so far this year, but that might be his best. I mean, he reminds me a lot, and this is high praise, I know, but he reminds me a lot of Anthony Quillis with the Upstate Dragons. I mean, he has just got that mentality where he is going to go out there and he is going to play like every single play is the last snap he's ever going to take, and if he gets hurt, so be it. Puts his body and mind on the line, gives it 110% every single snap. I mean, you can't ask for anything more out of a guy.
No, that's the way Anthony was, too.
40-0. Ball's going to be spotted at the 2.5. Looks like they're going for 2. They did try a PAT way early on in this game. Snap was high. They didn't get it. They haven't gone for it since.
First touchdown, huh?
So, quick recap. The Lions get their first defensive stop of the game. Or not the first defensive stop. They had one really early on. The Colts turned it over on downs in a similar situation. They got it. First defensive stop of this half for sure. Next play, they throw a pick 6.
Yeah. Little John. Got nobody in motion. He's talking to Bobby Kennebrew. Had to throw around some tall guys down there.
Yeah, got his arms up, tried to throw it off to the side. I think Marcus might have been a little too far inside, or at least further inside than Little John was expecting. But interesting to note that
Peter broke outside. He was wide open.
yeah. And Pat Oglesby was not on the field for that one. Not quite sure where he went. I see.
He probably would have drawn double coverage.
Yeah, but, I mean, double coverage leaves somebody else open. I see him down on the sideline. He's all the way on the other end of the field, so that may be why. All right, so we'll see if Sheriffs can finally get that uno. It remains 40-0 in favor of the Colts, 11:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. And, I mean, I hate to say it, but we are closing in on a point where it will be not only statistically impossible, but mathematically impossible for the Lions to come back and win this one. I mean, as unlikely as it may be at this point, there's still, you know, a theoretical chance that they could. But, I mean, if this clock runs down anymore, I do not think they will have enough time to possibly score 40 points to respond if they let this get any lower.
Plus, I got to find a quarterback
Yeah.
or run the ball all the time.
Yeah, one of the two. Sheriffs. Looks like he's kind of thinking this one through.
Yeah.
How do I double print quarter 4 on the scoreboard? That's weird. All right, got it fixed now. Yeah, in the 6 years I've been doing this, I've never double printed the quarter on the scoreboard before.
4th quarter.
Yeah, I think I've accidentally put down in distances and for the scores once or twice, and this one's a little off to the right.
Yeah, he had the distance finally, but
Oh, they're calling it a touchback. Oh my God, what a hit.
Quan.
Yeah, you know he's hot-headed. First time he's gotten to suit up this season, to my knowledge. And the Colts trying to turn that momentum back around, but let's not take away. I didn't catch a number, but that was a heck of a stiff arm there by that return man.
Yeah.
He put 32 in the turf.
I'm surprised. Back must have touched the boards when he caught it.
I think that might be it. He was touching the boards when he caught the ball, and they're just going to call that a touchback. So first down and 10 from the 5, I believe.
Tremaine Germany is out there.
Yep.
Just want to mention that according to our sheet, he had 3 years in the NFL.
Yep.
And then 3 years of arena.
They call him the Bus. Tremaine Bus Germany. That was on the first roster we got in 2020 when he was playing for the Lions. He was listed at, I don't even know if Tremaine was on there. He might have just been Bus Germany. He was a fullback back then. They moved him to nose. And that is Strother in at quarterback.
Yep.
And he pays the price.
Made it to look like scrimmage, and that was it.
Jamar Brown with the tackle on that one. Second, and we're just going to call that 2nd and 10. No huddle here for Georgia-Lina. Booker in at fullback.
Yeah.
We've seen this formation before. And whoa, not sure what happened there. The Colts jump.
We'll look at the ref and
Only the second
see what
flag
the
of the game,
call
I
is.
believe.
Yes.
And yeah, the Colts jumped.
Yeah.
Got him with the hard count. Really one of the only mistakes we've seen that defense make all night.
They wanted him in the end zone.
Yeah. Getting a little antsy. So 2nd down and 10 becomes 2nd down and 5.
Jermaine Hook in there. There's the snap.
Strother got all day to throw. Sidearms it, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah.
Wait, no, did he catch that? I think they're calling it incomplete.
Well, not the linesman looks like he's.
Yeah, they're moving it up. It was out of my view. He was right there at the wall, and we couldn't see him, but they are calling that a catch and a first down.
First down, 10:37 left in the game.
It was not a pretty pass by Strother, but, I mean, it got the job done. It's a completion.
Snap, he's going to run it.
He's got the edge.
Go.
Oh, and taken into the wall by Germany, lost the ball. Now a fumbled ball that goes off the wall is live, but he fumbled the ball as he touched the wall. That's down.
Yeah, it should be. If we don't have a fight.
Yeah.
I can see, one extra hit. The Colts have a lot of guys that haven't been in the game for long, wanting to be part of it.
You got to keep your emotions in check on both sides. And they
And
do a fumble and a recovery by the Colts. Tremaine Germany forcing a turnover against his old team. That's going to be first down and 10 for the Colts at the 16-yard line.
I don't know. I think I'd run the ball constantly. Just let the clock go.
Yeah, is Little John even going to be in the game now? They might put Brandon Rogers in there just to close this thing out.
Little John's on the field.
Oh, yep, there he is. got 9 minutes and 15 seconds and counting right now. Or no, they stopped it at 9:16. Excuse me.
Must have been because of the turnover.
Right.
They don't stop it at the 1 minute mark with the.
Yeah. Little John just kind of waiting for the play call. Heck, I don't see Coach Holt down there at all. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. He was hiding behind the refs. You couldn't see him.
Where'd you find him? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you kids at home play Where's Waldo. We play Where's Dennis.
And the clock's going again.
Well, they did blow a whistle, so that might have just been ready for play. Getting the stick set. I mean, at this point, it's not like the Colts need any more time.
No.
Under 9 minutes to play now. Ball is at the 17-yard line. Let's see how the Colts have dialed up here. Kennebrew up in pass blocking formation. Oglesby going to go in motion.
Here goes Oglesby. Oh, man. I think Little John hesitated just a second, and that was.
I mean, it had enough steam on it, just got there a little bit too late, allowed for that DB to close in for the pass breakup. But I was really focusing on the line of scrimmage of that play because they had initial penetration up the middle really early. The center got beat off the snap, and then Bobby Kennebrew came in and just made an excellent block against the nose tackle to let that play continue to develop. Almost had a touchdown out of it. Great blocking by a guy. I mean, we obviously talk about the running and the touchdowns, but he has had a great season in pass protection as well, Bobby Kennebrew.
Second down, man in motion. Hands off. I think that was Kennebrew.
Yeah, only got about 2 yards on that one after that. Probably a little tired after that last block he threw.
Yeah.
Going to be 3rd down and 9.
Well, they'll probably put it up now.
7.5 minutes to go in the final quarter of the championship game. With the trophy on the line, this one has been all Colts from just about the word go. Let's see what they got dialed up here. You think they're going for Oglesby?
Yeah.
If they got 3 touchdowns so far, why not try to make it 4?
Dante Lewis Sr. in at safety.
Yep.
Oglesby in the backfield. Now he's in motion. Low snap, but picked up by. Whoa. He got away with that because he threw into double coverage.
Yeah, that was not a good decision. Yeah. Same area of the field that he threw that last interception to, or what should have been an interception. I don't quite remember how it went, but man, rolling to his right, just throws it up into really heavy traffic over there in the right corner of the end zone. I mean, I know it's the end of the season, but I mean, you still can't have that. I don't care what the situation is. And I mean, Mark's smarter than that. We've seen him make some great plays in this game alone, much less throughout his career. But, I mean, when he gets flustered, it happens.
Gonna be 4th down.
6 minutes on the clock. The Lions, this would be the second defensive stop in a row for them.
Yes. Little John has the play.
Up and
I
I think Oglesby thought he was going in motion. It's going to be Barkus.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got
And
dialed up
there he
here.
goes. Now if they double cover. Oh. That was a good pass. That was a good play. Good defensive play.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting play call there, too. I mean, they had Oglesby and Barkus in the exact same area of the field. That's usually not going to work out too well. But, I mean, from a play design standpoint, that has kind of been a recurring theme for the Colts. I don't know if it's, a miscommunication between the receivers or if it's the way those plays are actually designed, but there have been a lot of moments throughout this season where the Colts have just had multiple receivers in the same place because of the routes they ran. And I mean, that just that doesn't work. You've got to avoid that. You've got to spread them out a little bit more, at least.
Well, I think a lot of that's, they don't get all the practice they want.
Yeah. Especially when you've got games week to week and they practice on the weekend, but wait a second, the games are on the weekend. So
Yeah.
a lot of games, I mean, your best practice during a game week is a couple of minutes you get for warm-ups, and that's about it. Looks like they've got
Lewis back in a quarterback, low snap.
no, that's Strother, I believe, because Lewis didn't have dreads. And
Whoever, there was this actor.
yeah, I think they did get the handoff away, but that was about it. Jermaine Germany in the backfield just about immediately. Second down, and we'll call it 13.
4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the season.
Yep. And
I guess
Watkins all over that one.
Yes. Looked like, was it John Moore on? No, I'm sorry.
I couldn't quite get a number there again.
Yeah.
Jaron Watkins has had an excellent defensive game. And I mean, like, you see the scoreboard right now. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. I think it's safe to say that the Colts are going to win this one. Right now, I think they're playing for a shutout.
That could be.
Third
Oh.
down, 13.
Oh.
Move, breaks the tackle. Ball's
Fumble.
loose, recovered by the Lions. No, and Quan Bristol ripped it out of his hands.
Kwan, baby.
A double fumble. You don't see those every day. And oh no, Bristol's down. Man, you hope he's all right. He's had a history of injuries before.
Yes.
And I hope he's okay. That was an awesome play, though. I don't want to take away from that. I mean, great job to force the ball out to begin with. It was loose for a little bit, and I believe Sincere Whitby
I'm
had
out.
the recovery. And then, I mean, Bristol just took it right out of his hands like he was taking his lunch money. That was awesome. Man, I hope he's all right.
Doesn't look like it. Quan's put on some weight since the last time I was on, and
Yeah.
all muscle too.
Yeah. Yeah, when we first met him, he was I think he signed on with the Upstate Dragons in 2017 as a running back. They moved him to receiver, and he played that for a few years and got pretty hurt in a game against the New Jersey Flight back when they were in the American Arena League. And since then, he'd been kind of off the radar, resurfaced a couple of years ago. He'd put on a lot of weight, a lot of muscle, and they moved him to linebacker. And he's made the most of the limited playing time he's had.
Oh, yeah.
And they're getting him up. But I really
And
hope
he's up.
okay.
All right.
He's going to need some help.
Oh, yeah. First time I saw Kwani was a water boy and about 8 years old.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you were calling plays when his dad was playing.
Yeah. It does not look good. He can't put any weight on that leg.
Well, I got the trainers down there. Nothing but the best to Quan and his family. I mean, he's waited
Yes.
a long time for this debut, and it's been a great game, but you hate to end for it like that. Hate for it to end in that fashion. Especially after you recover a fumble, too.
Yeah, after the way he did it, knocked it loose and then recovered.
Well, the Colts are going to have to put it past them if they want to keep this drive alive. Well, the drive's just now starting. They don't really need to keep it alive, I wouldn't say. First down and 10 ball is going to be spotted. I think they'll call this first and goal. It's going to be right at the 10-yard line. So they got 4 cracks to get this thing in, barring any penalties. And I mean, I know it's overshadowed by a 40-0 lead, but they have gone scoreless on their last 2 drives. It has been a while since they found the end zone. And remember, the last touchdown they got was a pick 6 by Cole Klugo.
Yeah. Well, they have done, they got a lot of subs in, which, not that these subs can't play the game, but they need
This might not have as much experience.
right. They're subs because the guy in front of them is stronger and better.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
First down, well, now I would say run the ball.
Yeah.
Just run the clock out.
Well, I mean, there is one thing we haven't seen other than a pass to Bingham. Love to see that because, I mean, he said that this might be his last game, but I think he said that in, like, every game he's ever played, at least since we've started streaming.
For the past 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're talking about Bingham.
Yeah. We haven't seen a pass to him quite yet, but for as much as they've been handing it off to receivers, I have not seen him give it to Pat Oglesby yet. That could be interesting. As well as he's played in the second half of this season, I would be interested to see what he could do with the ball in his hands. But at this point, I mean, you really don't have anything left to do except run the clock out. There's no point in showing off.
Yeah.
There's not much you can prove. Clock is rolling, going to be below 2:30 by the time they get this one snapped.
Little John, talking to signal, I believe he's going to have a man in motion.
Yeah, Oglesby not on the field. Eli Rogers in at receiver. Oh, and he got jammed hard. Going for the back of the end zone, picked off!
Picked off!
And it's not going to be a pick six, but that is a momentum changer here at the end. And you can hear that Georgia-Lina crowd just going nuts, I tell you. This may not have been the outcome they wanted, but they traveled really well for this game. I heard I didn't see the bus myself, but I did hear they were having a bus trip to come up here and bring some of the fans along. They certainly brought quite a crowd for a road team. And second interception of the day there for Little John. Remember when we were getting on, I think it was Lewis Sr. for rolling to his right and throwing across his body? Guess what Little John did there?
Yeah.
Rolled to his right, or rolled to his left. But, I mean, just still kind of threw it up for grabs across the middle of the field. You can't do that.
And when it looked to me like it could have been interference, but, you know, when it's 40-0, you don't.
Yeah, and they haven't called it all night. There's no reason to start now. So it's going to be first down and 10 for the Lions, but that clock is still rolling. They might be able to get one play off before the 1 minute warning.
If they have the 1 minute warning.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's actually stopped now at 1:18.
Well, the linesman talking to the coach for the Lions, and don't know why.
Yeah. We'll see if the Lions can at least salvage something out of this, because, I mean, we've seen a lot of blowouts, but in the 6 years we've been doing this, I don't think we've ever seen a shutout.
I was just going to ask you that. I can't remember one.
Yeah, I'd have to go back through the archives, but I don't think we've ever seen a team score 0 points.
And they're
not going to score on that. Whoa, that one actually could have been intercepted there. I can't quite make out the number there, but a ball off the wall is live. And the Lions.
1 minute.
Yeah, we got flags too. I'm not sure what they're for, but I don't know if you caught that. The Lions are playing their fourth quarterback of the game now. That was number 10, Savon Stokes, throwing it deep. I guess we'll see what the flag's for. It came out way after that ball was called incomplete. And at the line of scrimmage, I couldn't tell you what it's for. It must be some kind of personal foul.
Unfortunate error. That's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many other penalties you can get after the snap other than unsportsmanlike.
I mean, the ball couldn't have been caught.
Nope. Well, it could have been caught by the Colts after it came off the wall.
Yeah.
Well, that was certainly the closest it got. I mean, it wasn't intentional grounding by any means. There was definitely a receiver in the area. And it doesn't look like they're going to enforce it.
No, they're not.
Second down. 10. Huh. Clock is stopped at 59 seconds. And nope, now they're ref is moving it
not
back.
from there. I don't know what they're doing. What odds are?
Whew, second and 20. So it must have been a personal foul against Georgia-Lina.
Yes. I guess when they didn't count off that other penalty. Yeah, that's just. Linesman just looked at the ref and said, "That's your second warning." I mean, looked at the coach.
Oh. Yeah, you can't see it on the screen right now, but somebody for the Lions is getting a stern talking to, or no,
he
threw his
just
helmet onto the
just
field, I
got
think.
kicked out. Demetrius
Yeah,
Williams Jr.
Man, and that stinks. I mean, your emotions really do get the best of you. It happens, but I mean, we've seen a lot of shirts with 23 on him. He had a lot of family here.
I think he just.
And they're not going to be able to snap it until he's off. Or nope, never mind. They do snap it, and this one is caught. He's close to the original line. Clock is rolling. Got 3rd down and 12.
Got one on the reception.
And whistles. I would guess that the Lions called timeout.
Yeah, I can't see the Colts stopping the clock.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, we've been doing this 6 years. This has been not only a championship, but I mean, this has been a season that was long overdue for Little John and Bingham. As long as we've been playing with them, I mean, they are really good players, really great people, awesome on the field and awesome off the field. And it seems like every year just something has gone wrong. The players around them haven't been good enough. The management hasn't been good enough at times. Sometimes it's been both. Sometimes it's just been one position group. Sometimes it's been the whole team. But this year, it has just been so refreshing to finally see them put it all together and go not only on a great run like this, but on a championship run into a possible shutout win against the reigning champs, the team that won the United Arena League last year before that league folded. I mean, I can't understand how impressive that is and how proud we are of these guys. This is so long overdue, but moreover, I mean, they earned it. They absolutely earned it.
Great job by Coach Holt, too.
Yes, definitely assembling this roster. They had their struggles, but they have put it together here tonight. We mentioned they've had struggles in the secondary. They've been lights out. They've had struggles setting the edge. Jared Watkins has taken that defense by the horns. He is leading them out there. They have barely gotten the edge tonight. It has just been an excellent performance all around, and it is going to be just really refreshing to see these guys that we've known for so long finally be able to put a trophy up over their heads.
Yeah.
We'll see if the Lions can put even the slightest of asterisks beside it with the touchdown here. They've got 41 seconds left. Stokes in at quarterback. Here we go.
Got a good snap. He's got time. He's going deep.
Oh man. Through the hands of Eli McKinney and then through the hands of Richard Foreman for the Lions. 4th down and 12. That is probably the closest they've been to the end zone tonight. 24 seconds on the clock. That drop might be the difference between a shutout and a touchdown.
Yeah. Eli would have been better off just to bat it down, but I think he was going
for the field position. I mean, he did have some room to run. It was just him and Foreman out there in the open field. Though, again, I mean, that's definitely something that McKinney will learn as he progresses, too. I do believe this is his first year, and I don't even think he's played the full season with the Colts.
Okay, here we go. Stoke takes the snap. They had a rush on it. He's going to run it.
He's got... Whoa,
Fumble.
Loose!
I believe the Colts have got that ball.
I think that
Yes,
McKinney on
sir.
the recovery. It was.
Yes.
And that is going to do it. I think the Colts, well, I don't want to say it quite yet, but they are 12 seconds away from a shutout victory in a championship game, though we do have a Colt down on the field. Hope he's all right. It is, I tell you, the cramps are going to be real. It's July in a building with no AC at night. It is hot and it is humid in here.
I believe they're pointing at his leg, so it probably is a cramp.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing major. We definitely don't want to speculate.
That's got to be how many turnovers for the?
Oh
for the
gosh.
Lions?
Whew, I'm not sure.
Oh, we've got a fireman coming out. Looks like a not a trainer, but he's got his bag, so it's probably not a cramp. I'm going to try and get a better angle, see if I can get his number.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. They got the paramedics out there.
Yeah, paramedics.
Not quite sure who it. Can't quite tell who that is, but hope he's all right.
I couldn't get his number, but I think they're going for the
Yeah, the stretcher. They're moving some boards out in the end zone. And yeah, they're grabbing it. Yeah, and the Colts are going to have the ball regardless of what happens here. I can't verify this, but I did hear some people talking as we were coming around that they might be calling the game here. Because, I mean, they've only got 12 seconds on the clock. They would just run, probably just going to hand it to Kennebrew. Call it a night.
They're taking the.
Well, in arena, you can't take a knee when you got the lead. If the leading team loses yards inside the 1 minute warning, clock stops.
I think they could afford it.
They could. Yeah, I do know that's a rule that's been implemented in some other leagues. I can't give you the names off the top of my head, and I'm not quite sure if it even went through, but I know it was at least a proposition that if you were inside the 1 minute warning in the fourth quarter and a team was up by like 20 or however many points, then they could just take knees and call it out because there's no way the other team could come back and win. There would be nothing to be gained from staying out there for a few extra seconds.
That's the game.
And they're going to call that one final. The Palmetto Colts have won the Federated Arena League Championship by a score of 40-0. And I believe that is Donnell Foster on the stretcher.
Played his college ball at Limestone.
Best wishes to him and his family. Hopefully he's all right. I mean, he definitely looks attentive up there. He doesn't look to be in pain. And that is it. So I guess we'll stick it out a little bit longer. Line everybody up for the trophy presentation.
Well, nothing else he can say. Whatever happened to him, he clinched the shutout.
Mm-hmm.
And that, again, that's proud to me. That's the first one I've ever seen.
I've been doing this for 6 years. Bob, I know you've been around semi-pro a while. I'm not sure if you've done any arena games before we met, but yeah, to my knowledge, this is the first arena football shutout I personally have ever seen. That is not an easy task to pull off. I mean, even in the biggest blowouts we've seen, teams have mustered up like a Hail Mary touchdown at the end or something.
They were after it. So that's a tough.
The Lions ended up playing 4 different quarterbacks in that game, none of which I believe were their starter. Daniel Carr nowhere to be found for this one, but I mean, given the bad snaps and the way that offensive line played, I don't know how much of a difference he would have been able to make. That was rough.
The guy that the last quarterback, looks like he had better distance.
He could definitely sling it deep. And the Palmetto Colts are here to receive the championship trophy.
And here it comes. Probably not going to be a prayer for this.
Yeah, things were getting kind of chippy there at the end.
Yeah.
Here we go. The Federated Arena League's first trophy going to the Palmetto Colts, a team that finished with just 1 win last year over the Southern Steam. I mean, talk about a turnaround. That is impressive. 1 win to a championship run.
I think they're feeling it now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. Bob, I know there's been talk about there maybe being one last game this year. I would doubt that, honestly, but, you know, it could happen. This is arena. Stranger things have happened. Be sure to stay tuned to the Palmetto Colts' Facebook and other social media pages for any updates. They'll